really low level classes.
We're good. What is good, Lady 2.0 friends? We're here today with my two roommates. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Kitt.
I'm Amanda.
We'll give a little bit more detail about all of us, like our majors, where we were born.
I was born in Kentucky, but my
Were you really?
but my
You didn't know that?
my
I feel
parents
like I did, but like it just shocks me every time.
my parents though were met in the military, and so we were living on a base down there. And my mom wanted to move back to Michigan to be closer to my grandparents, so we moved back here when I was younger. But I was born in Kentucky. What else? I'm 20, but I will be 21 in 3 days.
Hey, lit.
And my major right now is law and economics, and I am hoping to pursue a JD degree.
What's that?
Which is a Juris Doctorate, so I want to go to law school and try to push myself.
I could see her being a lawyer. I would definitely hire her. So yeah, I don't know. I'm Delaney, 21. You guys already know that. My major is broadcasting with a minor in philosophy. I think you guys all know that about me. I'm from Lansing.
Oh yeah, Lansing too.
Yep.
We've been friends for a long time.
Yep.
You didn't say where you were born.
I was born in Lansing.
Oh.
I'm from Lansing, yeah.
No, you're from Lansing. Like you're from.
Born and raised. The L.
I'm Amanda. I'm 20, and I'm 20 for a while. I was born in Italy. My parents were, well, my dad was in the military. I'm majoring in public relations, and I have a minor in psychology. And I'm graduating in 4 years, okay? May 2020. I'm not doing any extra semesters or
Me
nothing.
too.
Okay?
Not me.
May 2020. They can send me the degree, but my credits will be finished. I'm walking across the stage in May. Let it be known. And I'm from Indiana. I'm not telling the city.
All right, so today we're just gonna do a random Q&A. I thought it'd be interesting. I picked some cool, like not your typical Q&A questions. So the first one, what's an event you remember your entire life that you already did, like not your
Why
wedding?
are you starting off so hard? Okay. An event?
An event that you remember your whole life.
It's kind of hard for me, to be honest. I've had a lot of memorable events. Let's just say that.
The first one that came to mind for me was Electric Forest.
Okay, yeah, going to Electric Forest for my first time, and then traveling by myself, like out of the country for the first time.
Yeah.
Like not with my parents, not like on spring break, not like to Mexico or like
Hold
on
on,
a cruise, but like actually traveling like with backpacks, and it was amazing. So.
Yeah, I don't live a cool life. I don't go to festivals or out of the country, so my most memorable something, I don't really have one thing. I'd say any event that has my family involved.
Okay, I would definitely add our senior year spring break to Dominican Republic. That trip was insane. Next question, who influenced you the most during your childhood?
Undoubtedly my dad, for sure.
Okay, wow.
Influenced me in what way?
Just influenced you the most.
Like, who do you think about, like, when you do something and, like, you learn something?
Well, that's a hard question because it depends on what I was influenced to do. Like, was I influenced to do...
Like something good, let's just
But
say
who's
that.
had, like, the most impact? Like, who's
On
had
your
the
life?
most influences?
There isn't one person.
Okay, who are the multiple? Come over here.
Well, for sure my sister. I was always with her. And then
That too.
Yeah, I would say
my mom.
Mom.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I would say her most influence over my life for my mom. But my childhood? Yeah, my sister. My sister made me very creative. You know, her imagination influenced mine a lot.
I don't know who I would say influenced mine. I want to say my cousin Paige. Even though either Paige or JJ, my brother. All right. How often do you plan me time?
Every day.
That's a difficult question for me.
If I don't
because
have me time in a day, I'm just not functioning.
I feel like if I want me time, it's when I'm like super stressed, or it's when I haven't had it in a while. But to be honest, like whenever I want me time, I'm kind of sad or I'm down. so I guess whenever like I'm sad or down, which doesn't really like it hasn't been happening frequently, like not as much as it did in high school, but I would say like I plan on like staying in my room or in my bed for like a good extra hour in the morning sometimes.
Ooh, that's nice.
So
I would say that I don't really schedule that much me time, but lately I've had a lot of it, so it's nice. But it's nice to be around people. So back to the question, how often do I schedule it? Not often. It just kind of happens when it needs to happen.
I don't know.
All right, the next one. One fun fact about yourself.
I can speak a little bit of Thai.
Let's hear it. My name is Kit.
Dishan Chu Kit.
A fun fact?
Yeah. That is a fun fact. That was a good one. I like babies.
Is that a fun fact?
I don't know. You like, I mean...
I can name 3 fun facts about you right now, bitch.
Go.
You're amazing at doing makeup and hair, and on top of that, you have your own like.
You're a CEO.
Yeah, you have a seat. You're like, she has her own club on campus, and it's called Makeup Geeks.
That's a fun fact about you. You have your own company.
Okay, sure.
You don't think that's a fun fact? What do you classify that as?
I don't really classify it as anything. It's just.
It's a fun fact.
I don't know. I don't really tell people that. It's not one of the first things that I just throw out there. So to me, it's not a fun fact. But I guess it does entertain people. So sure.
Right.
I have a company. I guess I'll just have to throw that in that category from now on.
Do it.
Taking notes. All right, so next question. What does a successful day look like to you?
Dude, a successful day to me is at least doing my homework or getting something done along
When I'm
the
not
lines of
tired.
school.
A successful day to me is getting up early, working out, eating good, and that's about it.
I need to realign my standards then.
Yeah, working out too. Working out for sure. Eating good.
Getting
Just
up early.
Feeling good too. Just like genuinely having a good day.
Just being in a good mood, you know?
Yeah, that's a successful day.
I'm sticking to mine, getting enough sleep.
There you
If
go.
I'm tired, it's just not a good day.
I would have to admit that.
Because I have too much that I have to do. So if I'm just tired and I'm doing all of it, that means that I'm not like giving my 110, and then I'm just like, there's no point in me just being here
Feel
today. I'm like, I'm not doing anything.
All right, this is my favorite question probably. What's most important to you, to win or to participate?
I used to be winning, but
To participate for sure. 'Cause
yeah, I
never
feel like
used
just to
be that.
participate.
I third that for sure. With the participate, you go through the journey, like the experience. When you win, it's just...
Yeah, and then like I also
You're
feel like
good
with
at it.
winning comes like standards.
I
And,
just-
like, if you don't
yeah.
win, then like
Yeah, I feel like winning is this equivalent of like just passing a test to pass it. Not to win,
exactly.
you know.
It's all about the struggle. I feel like the struggle definitely helps you more than winning. Next question. How do you deal with peer pressure? Are you good with it?
I don't deal with it. I just.
I would like to think that I am good with it, but I think I've learned over the years to not peer pressure as much because I don't like being peer pressured. Do you guys like?
No,
being
it
I know you
sucks.
don't like being peer pressured.
I've never been peer pressured.
Explain that.
Okay, like when we bug you to go out, that's kind of peer pressuring, and like I know that you don't like that.
She shuts
I
it
know.
down and it's a no automatically.
But,
yeah,
like,
that's
But that
what
is
I'm saying.
peer, yeah, that's an example.
But I don't, you know, if I don't feel like doing it, but that's even like,
A way that like to stick with like not being peer pressured or to like combat that, I feel like you kind of have to either not put yourself in that position or kind of compromise a little bit. Like if somebody's peer pressuring you to drink, you don't have to drink that much. But like if you don't want to drink, then like it's really okay not to if you don't want to. Like it's not that big of a deal. Like if you can have fun without drinking, then 10-10. But like if you feel like you want to drink a little bit and like they want you to drink a lot, just be like,
Compromise.
yeah. Just be
I
like,
think
hey.
that it's not even, I mean like, yeah, it's about that, but I think that what a lot of people don't realize is that it's about being comfortable in yourself and just
That
being
too.
different. You
And
know?
your friends friends also would not peer pressure you either. Period.
Yeah, there's
Well,
like
I mean,
a limit.
some of them do just because, like, you know, they
Yeah,
mean
they
it
wanna
out
fuck
of
around
love.
and
You know,
stuff,
it's not like they're really doing it out of malice or anything like that. But it's really just being comfortable and just saying, no, I don't feel like doing that right now.
Yeah, that too.
And just saying, like, what I feel like doing, like, the way I look at it is, why would I do something to make myself uncomfortable for you?
Yeah.
You don't get to experience me being uncomfortable. You know, you're in this euphoric state and I'm just uncomfortable. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna make myself uncomfortable because you're in a great state right now, and then I'm not.
Alright.
True.
Have you ever thought about like getting outside your comfort zone and being comfortable with the uncomfortable here and there?
Yeah, I've done that before. That's what I did the first 2 years of college, and now I'm just like, I don't really like that. I'm like, cool, I explored, I got to know it. You know, I did it when I wanted to and when I was ready, because I didn't drink or anything in high school. I came to college, experienced it for 2 years, and then realized what it really was. It's just people getting into fights every night, throwing up every night,
It
getting
really
lost
is
every
the
night,
shit,
running away from their
same
friends
shit.
every night. I'm just like, same bullshit, different night. So I'm just like, I'm gonna go do the same bullshit that I like. I'm gonna go sit in my bed and watch Netflix every night. Just like you guys like to go out and get drunk every night, I like to do that every night, and I'm just comfortable doing that. And that's just how I deal with peer pressure. I don't.
At the same time, though, I think that like the funniest stories I have to look back on is when I got really fucked up, and I have so many stories of you, and I have a story of you too. This shit's fun.
On me?
Mhm.
How I handle peer pressure, I will
Have stories of me.
admit that I slack in that area a little bit, especially when it comes to like dumb things. But
It's like in what area?
peer pressure, like
Like,
falling into
getting
it.
peer pressure?
Yeah, like getting
Yeah.
it. Yeah. I definitely have recognized that I'm a people pleaser a little bit. I like to make others happy, and I sometimes put myself aside. So once I like realize that I'm doing that, I then like kind of calm down the peer pressure. And I'm not accessible to it. What's the word? I'm not susceptible to it. Susceptible, yeah. But yeah, that's how I deal with peer pressure. What's the role of gratitude in your life? In other words, like, for me, gratitude plays a huge role. I'm thankful, and I say that all the time, that I'm so blessed a lot, but I definitely could say it more.
That's an interesting word to use. Gratitude.
Wait,
Gratitude.
say the question again.
What is the role of gratitude in your life?
I feel like these are so broad. I mean,
They're self-reflecting questions.
I definitely like. I can confidently say that I count my blessings every single day, like every single day.
And not a lot of people can say that.
Yeah, and no, I do it several times a
And
day.
why do you do it?
Because I complain a lot.
Okay, so to
I
kind of
complain a
balance
lot.
out.
But yeah, so it's just that's just. What are you eating? It's just like, I don't really know how it developed into that. But I would just say, like, for example, oh my gosh, I don't feel like doing my homework, but it's just, I'm literally paying I'm paying people to do this to me.
Right.
Might as well do it, you know? Spending all of this money, might as well get it done. You know, things like that. Like, I just count my blessings. I'm like, well, I mean, at least I'm here. Because I never thought I would be in college, and I never thought I would be this good at college. So
Retweet.
it's just kind of like when I realize something, I'm just like, well, I've been doing it this far. I've been doing it for so long. Then, like, you know, might as well just appreciate it and accept the grind and love it, because I don't have anything else to do.
What's the question?
What's the role of gratitude in your life?
I think it kind of goes along with what Amanda says almost, about how, I don't know, I just kind of like realize that like certain things aren't as important, and like I continuously remind myself that like a lot of things that people think that we need, we don't, and
It's not the end of the world.
yeah, and I also think about like how much I have, and like how privileged I am compared to a lot of other people, especially over the holidays, like around this time. And I think that that's kind of how it plays a role in my life.
It's like really listening to the people around you and like what they complain about as well. Like some people really
Yeah,
complain
it's
about
really
like
easy for
when I
me
hear
to
other people
pinpoint
talk about
people
real world things, and I'm just like, wow, I was really complaining about that 89 on a paper and how I couldn't get higher than an 89 in that one class, and somebody's really over here like trying to survive. You know, like they're, you know, live their life, and I'm like, I'm not even. It's like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I've studied it so much in psychology that like.
Briefly touch on that though, because I've never heard of.
I haven't studied it in a while, but basically it's like this pyramid. It's kind of like the food pyramid, but it's like everything that you need is in this is categorized. So like you have your basic needs, like your survival needs. So you obviously need like food, clothing, and shelter is the first thing that you need. Once you have that, you can focus on other things like your psychological well-being or something like that, and then once that's settled, then you can focus on your relationships, and then once that's settled, you can focus on your career, and then you reach like the top, and I can't remember what the fifth thing is, but it's like once you're able to figure out different things as your needs are met, basically, and then once your needs drop, like once you need you take care of your hygiene, you have to go take a shower or something like that, that becomes a need, and it's like kind of
checklist, boom, boom.
Yeah,
boom.
and so like when you hear other people state, it's like, oh, I'm right here, like my needs are taken care of, so I can focus on my grades, and someone else is just focusing on trying to get their next meal. And I interact with people on different levels every single day, like between school and my job, and it's really just being present and listening to other people, and like when you're talking to them and hearing like, you don't have to ask somebody how they're doing in order to know how they're doing.
Right,
for sure.
If you just listen to the words that people say and the perspective, like glass half empty, glass half full, you can know how somebody's really doing. Just listen. And so I think that's how I've become like very like grateful for a lot of things, because I'm just like, yeah, I complain about having to pay my bills and then having to buy Christmas presents, but I'm like, I have a family that I could buy Christmas presents for. They're doing the same thing for me, even though none of us have a lot of money. You know, we're trying to do that. We're coming together for the holidays. Like, grateful, we're able to do that.
I like that. Anything to add to that?
What about you?
Honestly, like I said, I know I don't do it enough. I could definitely work on it. But it's definitely something that I'm aware of, and I think everybody should be aware of it. So, next question. What's your spirit animal?
What does that mean?
A fox. Like,
is that like is that your scientific one, or like just like the animal that like you really?
That's the animal that I identify with.
What's your animal?
I don't know.
Probably would
You
be
wanna know why?
Any type of big cat.
Because foxes are intelligent, sly, and smart.
I like that. You've thought about that. I like that. You said any type of big cat?
And a bird, because I really like to be independent and free.
Well, I was gonna say like a penguin or a dolphin.
I can
Just
see
because
that.
Can you?
Yeah.
Alright, our last question. One thing you'd like to improve in your life?
I would like to improve.
There's too many things. I don't want to
Yeah.
answer that question.
I feel like there's always something that you can improve. I don't know, people who think that they don't need to improve something, definitely.
I'm not a stagnant person. That's just the only way that I can answer that. Everything in my life, I'm always trying to improve. I'm just not a stagnant
Let's
person.
just do your
I'm
top
always
one.
trying to.
Your top one.
I don't have one.
My top one thing that I can improve on every day is smiling at strangers. Because I try to, but I think it's so awkward. Because I'm just like, yeah, unless I'm like thinking about something in my head where I'm just laughing automatically.
Yeah.
Or I say hi.
It's so easy for me.
But just smiling, like when I'm walking past people on campus, I look up and I just find it so hard to just smile.
I would never guess that.
Really?
Yeah.
I try to do it so often. I'm hot.
I think I would
Okay, well that one was pretty simple.
try
so I
to
guess
just
I
like
won't overthink.
improve my overall like let's see. I don't know, just I guess like stuff with my just relationships.
She raised her hand.
I think I would like to improve like my relationships with like my family and my relationship with myself.
I like that one.
I'm always trying to expand my vocabulary.
Oh, that
Yes,
too.
retweet.
All the time, because I've always been a reader, so I've always had quite a vocabulary of my own, but like I've just realized, I swear a lot, and I've said this to a lot of people recently. I'm just like, I swear a lot, but I learn at least one new word a week. So I cuss because like it's that it gets rid of that stress and anxiety very freely. You know, it feels good. It lets out that anger. It gets the point across a lot more like clear and effective. I'm also very sarcastic, dry humor, you know, and so I can do that, but I could quickly use like some really big words, and I can use eloquent and combustion and physiology and physiological state and all of those different kinds of things and be able to back it up, you know. So like I would say that's something that I subconsciously, like, I don't even think about it. It's just that I always learn, like, the dictionary app, thesaurus. Like, I'm always, like, every time I'm writing a paper or anything, I'm just like, what's another word for it? Like, I'm just trying to use different words because I write so much and I'm tired of using the same words. And like I've done so many different writers workshops where it's just like stop using really, and then with the helping verbs and stuff that we were doing this semester. Yeah, like I've done so many different techniques with that. Like I'm always just changing my writing style and whatnot, and I just learn words all the time. And so that's just something that I'm constantly improving because I also just really like words. I think like if I hear a word that I don't know and somebody uses it, I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna bounce off you on that because I like, it's so cool seeing how much like improvement I've had in my writing skills over like the course of like college and stuff, because at first like I could barely write like a 1-page paper, and now like I'm getting A's on like papers for my major and they're like 12 pages long. I had to write 3 this past semester just for one class, and it was fucking unreal because I don't know, just looking at how much I've improved.
Kit can write a stinking paper. Don't let her fool you. She can write. So can Manny. They both can.
But I know I can write. She doubts herself.
Yeah, I do. I doubt
and
myself.
I'm just like, bro, you're like doing great. What are you talking about? This is better than anything I would write. And then I'm just like, oh, I know I'm good. I'm gonna write that in like 30 minutes. And then I'm just like, I need to stop doing that. But
it's easy.
It's so easy for me because even in high school, I didn't have to challenge myself with my writing until I got to college. Like in high school,
I'm just like, can I ask you something? So were you both getting A's in English and whatnot? Like it was nothing. Like our research papers.
I got
in high school or college?
High school.
Oh, I didn't get
any
A's.
paper I got.
I only got an A in like my freshman year writing class, but that's because like the next year, it really just kind of had to do with like your teacher, which is kind of sad, but like, and I don't want to blame it on them, but like really like the teachers are the ones that are supposed to push you and believe in you and help your writing skills in any which way, but there's so stick to following a certain curriculum, and then like if you don't hit like the details that they want specifically, like teachers vary as well, so it's kind of hard pinpointing like exactly what they want because like you've been taught something different.
Well, I kind of wanted to go bouncing off of that real quick to ask both of you guys, did you guys put a lot of effort into high school? Like,
I didn't
at the
have
time?
to.
I didn't. No? I didn't because I honestly also like looking at my grades now and stuff. Like I'm trying, but like I'm not trying as hard. And the thing is, I didn't really try in high school because I didn't find it.
It was not challenging at all for me.
It wasn't that challenging for me either. I just didn't try and I didn't find it helpful at all. Like I said, like it didn't really prepare me for college, and I don't think that college really prepares you for the real world either, except helping you time manage and organize. And
living life in college is what transforms you, you know.
True.
College literally is just like learning, but like as you're going through college, that is when you learn. That's what college teaches you. But in high school, to answer your question, let me tell you how easy high school was and how it didn't challenge me. I hated high school so much. I was always focused on my social life and how much I hated the people that I was going to school with.
Retweet.
And somehow I hated school so much, I was like, get me out of here, because I couldn't drop out and I couldn't, you know, so I was like, let me graduate early. So somehow I finished a semester early with 12 extra credits than anybody else, and I'm just like, how did I do that? I had all of my math requirements, I had all of my science requirements, I had like literally everything, just because I was just like taking classes in the summer just because I could. They were free and they offered that for me, and so and so I was getting those credits out of the way, all of my gym credits, like it's just like
a really cool idea too. I feel like if kids took more classes in the summer, I feel like that would be very helpful.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to bullshit some online
classes. Well, it doesn't sound fun at the time. And
it doesn't, but it's so easy to just do like 2 hours a day. Like, come on, 2 hours a day. Just lay in bed in the morning before you get out of bed and go hang out with your friends or whatever, or do whatever you do in the summer. I didn't do anything in the summer anyway, unless I was working. So like, do some before work and then, or after work or whatever. I mean, like, just.
You know, my 2 little sisters are actually online and they love it. They finished.
And
they're at their
also
own pace
finishing
too.
early.
But So for you guys, I know it was easy for you, and I know that the teachers really kind of affected you. For me in high school, I was not focused on my education at all, and I wish I was. Imagine your writing ability by the time you go to college if you actually tried your hardest in high school. I'm like, we would be so much.
That's the difference between a teacher and an educator.
Okay. So there's that. I'm happy you all came and watched this Q&A. I hope it piques your interest a little bit. You guys met my buddies. Like and subscribe. Turn the post notification link or sound button on. Got some videos to look forward to, my Vegas montage, as well as some giveaways. So check that out. Laney out.